Subscribe to Teckoh on YouTube or you will forever be a bot at Fortnite.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you probably know, finding that perfect sensitivity in Fortnite is definitely one of the biggest challenges most players face while trying to improve at the game. So in this video, I'm going to be doing basically a full guide on everything you need to know about sensitivity. Whether you're on mouse and keyboard, controller, mobile, or whatever you play on, this video has all of the information you'll need to find that right sensitivity so you can perform better in-game. I'm going to be going over all of the tips, settings, and actual methods you'll need to find that perfect sensitivity, and then how you can actually improve with that sensitivity. If you go on to enjoy this video though, consider dropping a like and also subscribing if you'd like to see more videos just like this. Also consider joining my Discord server, which will be linked down in the description. We have plenty of looking for group chats where you can find teammates, general chats and voice channels where you can just hang out, tons of giveaways, and so much more coming soon. I'll put the link at the top of the description if you want to check it out. But with that said guys, let's get right into the video. So to start this video, I want to briefly touch on some of the simpler stuff to give you a stronger understanding of what impact your sensitivity actually has on your gameplay, but be sure to stick around because we're going to be getting more technical here in a bit. As most of us know already, sensitivity is just the ratio of how far you move your mouse or joystick to how far your camera moves in game. Finding a good sensitivity is important for a number of reasons. First, it obviously allows you to aim better and hit more shots. Second, a good sensitivity allows you to be more comfortable when playing. And third, finding a consistent sensitivity and not switching off of it will allow you to consistently practice and improve your aim on that one sensitivity. Most of the top pro players have used either the same sensitivity since pretty much the beginning, or maybe have changed it 1 or 2 times at maximum. Another important thing to note is that a lot of your sensitivity really just comes from preference. Some of us just naturally like a higher sensitivity, some of us like lower ones, and some of us like a middle ground sensitivity. So, while I do recommend trying out some of the methods and tips I outline in this video, it's worth keeping in mind that some of it just depends on your preference, and you might like a certain sensitivity better just because you like it better, maybe not because it's more optimal or just generally better. Ultimately, what I'm trying to say is just keep in mind, if you hate a sensitivity, then you don't have to play on it. So, second up, I want to go ahead and answer the age-old debate between high sensitivity and low sensitivity. Obviously, both types of sensitivity have their own benefits. High sensitivity players like Benji and Mr. Savage obviously tend to have quicker mechanics than low sense players like Zexro and Tfue. Quicker doesn't always mean better, but oftentimes it does. But naturally, there's a trade-off here, and that's precision, especially when it comes to your aim. While on a lower sensitivity, you might not be as fast with building and editing, won't be able to pull off as many crazy techniques and all that crap, in return, you'll be way more precise with both your edits and your builds, along with your actual aim. In reality, both types of sensitivities have their ups and downs, and anyone who directly tells you that you should use one over the other is pretty much a total clown. Overall, in terms of high versus low sensitivity, to make it as simple as possible, high sensitivity offers speed and low sensitivity offers precision. Personally, I'm an advocate for a medium sensitivity, which is basically somewhere between high and low, just because it's that nice middle ground between the precision and the speed that low and high sensitivities offer. But as I said before, it's ultimately up to your preference. You might like high sensitivity, you might like low sensitivity, so just take some time to experiment and see which one you like better. Okay guys, so the next thing I want to cover in this video is one of the best possible methods to find your perfect sensitivity that basically works perfectly well, known as the PSA method. I'm not exactly sure who discovered this method, but all I know is from experience it works insanely well and can be used for all platforms, which is another huge benefit. Basically, the PSA method works like this. First, for mouse and keyboard, simply go into Fortnite and do a 360-degree spin. Continue adjusting your sensitivity up or down until you can do one 360-degree spin of your character by swiping your mouse exactly one time across your whole mousepad. From here, go to the website jscalc-blog.com/PSA Method Calculator, which I'll also put the link to in the description, and type in the percent value that makes it so you can do, obviously, as I said, one swipe across your mousepad equals one 360-degree turn. For controller players, I'd recommend just inputting a generic sensitivity or the one that you already use and working with that. From here, try out the sensitivity it offers you based on whether or not you want it higher or lower and see if you like it or not. If you do like it, then that's perfect and you can be done with the process. If you don't like it, then simply head back to the website and click either higher or lower depending on how you want your sensitivity to change. Then try out the new base value you're given and continue the process of selecting higher or lower depending on how you like the sensitivity. After you do this for a little while, the website will basically narrow down your sensitivity to an almost exact number and you'll have your sensitivity. This PSA method is definitely one of the most convenient and consistent ways to find a good sensitivity, and I honestly recommend it to pretty much anyone. I really can't think of a situation where the PSA method wouldn't work for somebody unless they just do it incorrectly. So I highly recommend trying this PSA method. Once again, the link will be in the description to the website that you need to use it. Alright, so next up is just a little quick tip, and it's to turn off mouse acceleration if you play on mouse and keyboard on PC. Basically what mouse acceleration does is it speeds up your cursor unnecessarily at times, which essentially screws up your aim a ton and makes it way more difficult to hit shots. All you have to do in order to disable this setting is go to your little search bar and type in mouse settings. From here, click on additional mouse options, the pointer options tab, and turn off enhanced pointer precision. Now all you have to do is click apply and you're all set. This is really quick and it honestly makes a massive difference. It basically just makes your aim way more consistent, so I really recommend keeping this setting off. But anyway guys, next up, apart from all the settings and in-game stuff, your setup also plays a massive role in your mechanics, especially your aim, even if you play on controller or another device. The first thing I want to cover in terms of setup is for mouse and keyboard players, since obviously their setup has a bit more impact on their aim and other sensitivity related things compared to someone on controller. The first big thing with mouse and keyboard is to have enough desk space and mousepad room. Obviously, if your mouse is constantly going off your mousepad when you're trying to build or hit a shot, you have two options. Either get a brand new mousepad, which is a fair option, but obviously isn't as great for your bank account, or you can simply raise your sensitivity, which will work pretty much instantly, but obviously it's not easy to go through the whole new sensitivity process, especially if your current sensitivity is as high as you can comfortably go. For a mousepad, I strongly recommend either a large standalone mousepad or one of those huge mouse mats that basically cover a giant portion of your desk. If you play a mid to high sensitivity, a normal gaming mousepad, maybe a size of 15 by 18 inches or something like that, should do. For reference, that's the size mousepad I play on at a medium sensitivity. For those of you who play on a pretty low sensitivity, I recommend a full mouse mat, which will basically get rid of any mousepad issues you'll run into. If you need to empty up some desk space to make more room for your mouse, you can simply remove things from the table, get a monitor mount of some sort, or adjust your keyboard by possibly tilting it or moving it further away from the area where you move your mouse. Another possible setup issue relating to your sensitivity and aim is actually your mouse itself. As a general rule of thumb, most high quality gaming mice that'll last a good amount of time and work properly for a mechanical game like Fortnite will typically run you $30 to $50 or more. Personally, I prefer lighter, medium to large sized mice, and the mouse I typically use costed me about $80, but it's lasted me a long time and basically does everything I need and more. I would strongly recommend using the Rocket Jump Ninja website at rocketjumpninja.com, where you can find a ton of information about mice and find a mouse that fits your hand size, grip style, and general preference as well. Finally, for mouse and keyboard players, I recommend getting some Hyperglide mouse feet or something similar to that, which basically makes your mouse glide way more smoothly and actually seems to help with aim a ton as well. Personally, when I first got Hyperglides, I seriously felt like my aim improved instantly. You can find Hyperglides by simply searching for them on Amazon or just Google, and honestly they're fairly cheap and definitely one of the best investments you can make to improve your aim on mouse and keyboard. Now, quickly moving on to controller, obviously there's not too much to talk about here. Obviously having the basics like a good controller and a good general setup are important, but the one add-on I'd recommend is a good pair of control freaks. Control freaks are basically a pair of small attachable little joystick things, I don't really know what to call them, that basically extend how far your joystick goes, and they allow for more range of motion when you move your joystick around, way better precision while aiming, and so much more. Before anybody gets suspicious, they're not any sort of cheat and there's really no issue with using them. Personally, when I'm on controller, I use the Galaxy Control Freaks, and I have a pair for both my Xbox and PS4 controllers. You can pick up some Control Freaks at their website, controlfreak.com, with control spelled with a K instead of a C. I'd also like to mention that I'm not sponsored by Control Freak or affiliated with them in any way. I just really like the product and think it can help you controller players out a ton. But overall, guys, your gear and setup definitely makes a huge difference in how well you perform in general, but also has a massive impact on your aim and mechanics. So it might be worth doing some of the setup adjustments I recommended, if and when you decide to change up your sensitivity settings. But with that said, everyone, that's going to be it for this video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to drop a like on it, and also consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content just like this in the future. Also, once again, remember to check out my Discord server, which will be linked in the description. But anyway, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.